The Tale of Three Trees. Three little trees stood high upon a mountain, discussing their dreams for the future. The first little tree looked up at the dazzling night sky and said,
"To carry the treasures of kings and queens, I want to be beautiful. I want to be filled with all the riches in the world."
The first tree caught the second tree's eyes.
"I want to be a mighty sailing vessel. I want to sail the roaring oceans, roam the high seas, and deliver kings and queens safely to their destinations."
The third little tree loved the mountaintop.
"Right here, growing, growing, growing. I want the people that pass by to look at me touching heaven and think of God."
Many years later, one day, a lumberjack came to help the three trees with the next season of their lives. The first tree was cut down.
"I will be a beautiful treasure chest. I will get hold of all the beautiful riches in the world."
Then the mighty second tree was cut down.
I will now sail the roaring oceans. I will be the mightiest of all sailing vessels."
The third tree with the branches stretched toward heaven was also cut down. Together with the other two trees, it was taken down. The first tree arrived at a carpenter shop, but it wasn't made into a treasure chest. The skillful carpenter made the beautiful tree into an ordinary feeding trough. The second tree was brought into a shipyard. The mighty second tree thought, "Now I'll be the most vigorous of vessels." But the strong second tree was made into a simple little fishing boat. The third tree was brought to a lumberyard. There it was made into beams and put aside. "Why did this happen?" thought the third tree. "All I ever wanted was to touch the heavens." None of the trees were happy with their fate. As the weeks passed, their dreams began to fade from memory. However, one magical night brought the first tree's dreams to life. A young mother put her newborn into the drum.
This is a perfect charm.
Manger. And the first tree knew was cradling the most important treasure ever. The second tree was very sad that it had been made into a lonely fishing boat. It had dreamed of becoming a mighty ship, worthy of kings. For many years it carried fishermen as they made their living fishing on a small sea. Then one night the fishing boat was used by a tired traveler and his friends. Jesus quickly fell asleep and the small boat floated out to sea. The sea became rough with thunderstorm. This frightened the second tree. The tree thought, "If only I was a mighty vessel and could stand the force of the storm."
Lord, save us! Lord, save us! Don't you care that we would die?
You have very little faith. Why are you so afraid?
Storm.
Be quiet.
The sea became calm and the thunderstorm vanished. It was then the second tree realized it was carrying the Almighty King. On a Friday morning, the third tree was taken by the soldiers and carried through a hostile walk. It trembled with fear and disdain as the man's hands were nailed to it. It wanted to grow so high that it would remind people of God, and this was so far from its dream.
It is finished.
The following Sunday, the sun rose. The earth was full of joy. The tree then realized that everything had changed because of God's love. The first tree was made beautiful. The second tree was made mighty. The third tree made people think of God. The end.